Alright, I recorded this before, but I'm just doing it again just because the other one was like really ass. But yo, what's up, y'all? Comment, gloss, whatever the fuck you want to call me. I'm here. I'm doing it. July show rankings 2024. I guess let's get into it. Before I start, I do want to say thank y'all for 7K on the main channel. I'm gonna post like a proper video over there. It's not gonna be anything crazy. It's just gonna be like, yo, thank you, whatever. But yeah, thank you. If you came from that channel and you're watching this, subscribe just so you can get all the show rankings, all the music reviews, gaming videos, all the other shit that I'm gonna do that isn't concert shit will be on this channel. Everything except for like milestones stuff will be on this channel. I got some funny content. I think it's funny. Personally, I'm gonna do show rankings. I'm gonna do concert etiquette whenever I finish that script. That's gonna be here. Yeah, I guess we get into it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the generic YouTube stuff. Anyway, let's get into it. Fuck it, let's just get into it. For the first show, we got Skaiwater's Motorist at Union Stage. It was July 5th. I guess we'll start with the openers. Even if I didn't record them, I'll go over the openers briefly. So the openers, there was Elliot Fulham. His voice kind of pissed me off, but that's just like a me thing. There was nothing wrong with him. He was a chill ass dude. He's like an actor or something. That's really random. But yeah, he was cool. I wasn't really crazy about it, but I didn't have any problems with it. It was very inoffensive, very chill. Yhapojj, she had some pretty interesting stuff going on. Her vocals were great. She was doing some weird shit with the mic where she was like waving it in front of her mouth and like layering those sounds and then repeating it and then putting some guitar plucks on the shit and then repeating that. And then it like slowly built up into an instrumental, and then she started singing. I thought that shit was fire. She was pretty good. And then we get into the boy Liam McKay, also known as Skaiwater's Motorist, Moonwater, Hold, Bussy Latinas, Dead Calm, Take Care, Make His Rib Show, whatever the fuck, I don't know. But I feel like overall, I think it was a very good performance from him. The band was not doing too much. They were very chill. And that's kind of that's the energy that his music gives off. A lot of people want to complain that he's not doing anything like super original, or that he's not like as big of a pioneer in slowcore that like a band like Duster would be, for example. But I honestly don't understand the gripes, because both in his studio and live performances, like everything is very polished, everything is very good. There's definitely a very specific energy that goes into both of those versions. I think when you listen to studio music, it's very like haunting almost. But I feel like in a live performance, the energy, even if it's not like as sorrowful as like the studio recordings, it's still very chill. It's still it's a very relaxing experience almost, compared to how like uncomfortable his actual music would make you feel. And I think his voice is very good. His voice was a lot better in real life than I thought it was going to be, purely because of how compressed he makes his voice in his studio recordings. But he hits notes, not so much energy that like it kind of offsets the slowness. Like, he's definitely a very chill guy. He was throwing some jokes around, but it wasn't something that was like taken away from the very like the mood of the concert, I guess. There was pretty much no stage design, but all the lights they weren't like flashing. It wasn't like boring. They were changing with the songs and they were just kind of like flowing. So it was a very basic concert, but I definitely think it complemented the style of a very chill and very like slow paced music. And the crowd was very receptive. They weren't like singing along with everything, but they weren't being annoying. They weren't like screaming over. There wasn't somebody who was ass at singing who was trying to like yell over everything. In fact, there was a fan that came up during the Self-Control cover that actually hit some notes on that shit, and I was like, holy fuck, what the hell. But yeah, it was a good show overall. I would give it like, because I don't want to give like a show that's supposed to be this chill and that's supposed to be this kind of like basic in a good way. Like, it's not trying to do too much. But I also think that for someone like Joji, for example, he has a crazy ass set design, but it also flows with the music. So I'm gonna give it like a 7.5. I'm gonna give Skaiwater's Motorist 7.5. Everything was very cohesive. It was very chill. It was a very nice vibe. It wasn't doing too much, but it was still a very good experience, and I would go see him again. Next, we got the Bktherula show. This was at the Howard Theater, 12th of July. Starting with the openers, we got Yhapojj. I think he's better than a lot of underground rappers right now. I do think he should probably do his sets sober. That would make him it would make it a lot easier on somebody who's maybe hearing him for the first time, especially in like a concert setting. but he's actually saying his lyrics. He's actually like trying to sing his lyrics. He's not just going in that shit like Osama's song going like big. He's actually singing his lyrics, and it's actually a really nice vibe. I think the set lengths were very samey around the entire show. Like I'm pretty sure every single performer got like 30 minutes to do their shit, which I don't have a problem with. I actually think it was very nice of BK to give them such a big set. Was kind of worried when I went into it that I wouldn't be able to see skaiwater or Yhapojj for as long as I wanted to, but the fact that they got like 30-minute sets was very nice. And Yhapojj used it to the best of his ability. He played like more than 15 songs. Even if they were cut short, it was still a good enough portion to where the crowd was able to get turned and he was able to, you know, sing his lyrics and do shit like that. So yeah, Yhapojj, he was very good. skaiwater, amazing energy. I love their music. I do think they could have sung a bit more, just because I feel like they do have a really good voice, and especially with the live autotune they had, they were actually hidden, or not the autotune, the preset that they have actually sounded like they're like studio recording. And I do think that if you have the opportunity where your live mic sounds exactly like your studio recordings, you should be able to sit down and maybe sing a little bit instead of just jumping around saying yeah whatever. But I do appreciate the energy, because there's a lot of songs off their last album GG that do have that energy and that really need that energy to like push through. And especially when they went up on the balcony, that was so fucking turned. So a few gripes with skaiwater. I think they should have sung a bit more, but with what I got, I was very impressed and I was very satisfied. Then get onto the main one, Bktherula. I do think she could have gone longer, even though it was a little bit late into the night. I do think she should have had like at least 45 minutes. Like she had probably 45 minutes, but it felt really fast. It only felt like a half an hour had gone by the time she was over. The background was like weird, like it was cool, but it was weird, and there wasn't really a lot going on except for like a giant inflatable flower that's like the logo or whatever. I think she performs pretty well. She's definitely not she definitely says her lyrics and she definitely does her singing parts well, but I don't know, I feel like it could have been longer. The crowd was very receptive. I think there were a few times where they were getting too tired to really do anything, so I don't really blame them, but I do think the crowd was overall they were pretty good. They were getting turned. I do think they were losing steam though pretty fast. But I give the show like, I don't know, man. I'll give that shit like a solid 7. I'ma say I give it like 6.5. 6.5. I'm gonna give it 6.5. All right, next we got Have a Nice Life. This was also at Howard Theater. The openers, I didn't really get a good grasp of the openers, purely because I came in late, but I was tired and I was just trying to film, even though I got a fucking an hour 30 minutes of footage, bro. That shit, my arms was hurting like hell. There was a video on that motherfucker that was 17 minutes long. I held my hands up for 17 minutes. I would have seen from the like 2 songs that I walked in on, it was pretty good. It wasn't anything crazy to me, but I was like, okay, yeah. I was nodding my head and shit. Same with Planet for Burial. I thought he was rocking his shit. It wasn't anything crazy to me, but I did enjoy it, and it was a head bopper. As for Have a Nice Life, I do think that they were doing their shit. The stage design was really fucking weird. Like it was only like the screen or whatever, but I think it could have fit the vibe of it a lot more, I would say. I think the stage design, there was too many like band members on stage to really have like a full design, so I don't blame them. Vocal wise, I think I would say it's shaky, but not in a bad way. Like it wasn't picture perfect vocals, but I do think it added to like the rawness of the band, because people were getting turned to a lot of the songs, and I was really surprised, because like I feel like I've always listened to Have a Nice Life within the connotation that this shit is sad and that this shit is like supposed to make you feel depressed about your life and shit, or maybe look at it in a different way, something like that. But when people were getting turned to fucking like deep and shit like that, I was like, oh fuck, this is actually like turn as hell. I feel like I never really saw Have a Nice Life in a way where like niggas are getting turned and having mosh pits to songs like that. And when I actually saw it, and like I feel like the energy was a lot, like it was a lot more high and it was a lot more happy, as opposed to like everybody being gloomy and everybody being like, oh shit, this is really deep. Like they were like, oh no, this shit is hard, I'm about to turn up to this shit. So it definitely gave me a different outlook on Have a Nice Life. And overall, I would say I'll give it like a 7. I'll give it a 7. It was a very good show. I would even bump it to a 7.5, but it was very solid and I enjoyed it a lot. Next up we got Faye Webster, Julie. This was at the Anthem. It was sold out on the 24th of July. And Julie did her shit. I feel like Julie are a lot more in their element and a lot more energetic when they have a headliner. I feel like in all the footage I've seen of the Faye opener, it was like they weren't like zero energy, but I definitely think that the crowd was really the problem, and I'll get into that later. But I do think they were very they were doing their shit. They were doing their shit. I don't know how else to explain it other than they were just doing their shit. As for Faye, her vocals are great. The entire band was really like, it was charismatic. It felt like you were watching like a reality TV show and you get to know all the band members and shit like that. It kind of felt like that. Set was very nice. She was ripping the guitar. I feel like the stage design it was weird, but it was cool. All the lighting effects were really nice. They had bubbles at some point. That shit was fire as fuck. I think my major gripe with this show, other than the performers just being like very solid, is that the crowd was just being dickheads. I knew the differential between Julie and Faye was gonna like be offsetting for a lot of people. Like I know a lot, like people who listen to Faye Webster aren't listening to Julie, you know what I mean? It's a very minimal amount of people that are listening to both and fuck with both. And it was just really pissing me off that a lot of the people in the crowd were talking shit about Julie while they were going on. And like that's a whole nother topic about like disrespecting openers, because I do think that people are way too comfortable talking over openers and shit like that. Even main acts, people talk over main acts for some reason. But if you're gonna actively flame the openers, I just think you should not. You just come late, bro. Just come late and skip the opener, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much my only like irritation with it. Is just people were being hella disrespectful to Julie, and that's probably the only thing I would take points off. And I would overall give this show like a 6 maybe, because I do think Faye and Julie were very good. They're very talented. Their live shows are very great. But that crowd was just irking me the entire time. So I'll give it like a 6. And that's it. That's it. I forgot I only went to fucking 4 shows in July. I think I was supposed to have more. Like half of them just got canceled or some shit. But it's all right. We still roll. Yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this. This was really loose. I didn't have a script for this, and I'm planning on doing it for the August one just because I had recorded this before, and it was really not coherent or digestible at all. This is probably no better, but at least I'm like staying in a somewhat same vein. But yeah, man, I just like hope y'all enjoyed the video, I guess. Remember to subscribe if you want the next one. The next one will be better than this, I promise. But remember to subscribe, like this video if it actually wasn't ass and you actually understood what the fuck I'm saying. Subscribe to see all the gaming content. Subscribe for more concert related content that isn't directly the set videos, because I'm gonna upload everything that isn't set videos on this channel. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Sorry this was ass, and I guess I see y'all in August, I think, probably. Yeah, I see yeah I see y'all in August. Peace out.
My time, cause I promise you'll be back again. I'll make you mine. Don't stab me in my back again. These niggas hard. Damn when he get me gone, but I can't let him get that far.